I'm just getting the live stream ready. Do you bear with me one moment? I'm not in a trade at the moment, so just listen to the music and watch the pretty colours on the chart. With you in a sec. Just made my cup of tea, so hence why I'm a little bit late to the I think we're all good. Let me just check the quality of the stream. Yeah, we're good there. We're good there. Hey Alberto, good to see you, buddy. Hey Alistair. Hey, it's been a long time since you were in the Champions League. I think Craig Bellamy was playing for you in last time you were in the Champions League. I like these, I don't even know what they call these cookies. A bit like rich tea, but with chocolate filling. It's nice. Breaking highs on CWBR. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better today, Alistair. Yeah, but he was a good player. But underrated was Bellamy. Proper shit eyes, but he was underrated. I put him in the mould of a if you compare him to a modern footballer, I put him in the mould of a Jamie Vardy. Did well for City, and he also did well for us as well. Although he did take a golf club to John Anarisa once. Tried to break his shins. Complete lunatic. So we've already been out. A busy morning already. How's Alberto? Well, fair play to him. He'll enjoy it. He's a decent keeper. He's better than the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Pickford. I don't know why Pickford still gets picked for England. I really don't. The T-Rex arms. How can you be a top-class goalkeeper and have arms like a T-Rex? It just makes no sense. Well, I've got to say, it's another tepid morning pre-market so far. Hardcore moved up, the traded hardcore, that popped up and then popped back down again. We're looking at core bar right now. I'll put a $0.75 level. Yeah, just got past, just made a new high of day. So yeah. Yeah, he's a Sunderland boy. Don't hold that against him. Hold the fact that he's crap against him. That's why you're not a big fan of Jordan Henderson as well, isn't it? Hey, J Spec. The old Mackham and Tackham debate. They Mackham, we Tackham. For those of you who don't understand what a Mackham and a Tackham is, it's a colloquial term between Newcastle and Sunderland, which are regions in the UK, and it's down to the shipbuilding industry. One region used to make them, and one region used to launch them, and it got the way that they spoke, which nobody in the UK understands them, and they're supposed to be speaking English. It was, we make them, we mack them, and they take them, tack them. No, I'm not trading under $2, Alistair. It's under $2 right now, but I traded it as it broke $2. So I didn't break my rule on hardcore. Went up to like 223. Had 250 shares. I was able to take 250 shares. Today we're starting with we've got a starting position today of 772. So we had a good one good trade yesterday on the small account. Got us over goal. A little bit more risky than I would have liked to have taken, given that it was a higher price, and even full leverage we were getting like 250 shares yesterday. So main account, good day, 7,100, just over 7,000 across. I locked it down over gold here, and then I traded one more trade later in the day, so I finished 7k. I just wasn't in the mood for trading, and I didn't even record a trade recap yesterday, Alistair, because I had a thundering headache. Obviously, those that were on the live stream could tell that I wasn't feeling 100% yesterday. Feel a little bit kind of under the weather at the moment, but you know, I've taken some meds, and I'm feeling much better. My voice is obviously a lot better today, as you can probably hear. But yesterday I was just feeling under the weather, and I actually wasn't feeling great all weekend, but it is what it is. So when I got to goal, I kind of locked it down. I came back, had it on in the background, and I had the phone, and I was chatting on the phone. I was watching the screens from a distance, so I was able to communicate in the Discord, as you know, if you're in the Discord. But I only took the one more. I took one trade on the small account, and I took one trade on the main account after I'd locked it down, and both were profitable. So 100% profitability yesterday across the board. Both on the one trade on the small account, but all 4 trades I took on the main account were profitable. Hey Neith, good to see you. Thomas, J Spec, lots of movers pre-market. There's not. There's lots of. There's always lots of movers, just not a lot of good ones. Well, good luck in the car. I need to take mine into to be serviced, actually. I thought Ocean Bio might get a run with the news of patent granted. I wasn't feeling this one. I came in, I turned this one over. I traded this on the main account here on this run up, but I wasn't feeling it here. I switched it over, and it was already up here, so it went for a double top, and I didn't feel it for a breakout. So I was right. Trust your instincts as you get more accustomed and more experienced. Trust your instincts. They very rarely let you down. Yeah, most of them are under $2, and most of them are not on great volume, relatively speaking. I mean, there's some movers. Let's look at these small movers. So we've got Shuttle Farmer. It's up at 165. Don't know why it's moving. Don't care. Until it hits $2, it's not really in my play. So this is why I have the filters set for on my scanners the way I have them set on my scanners, because there could be loads of movers, but if they don't meet my criteria, I don't see them. So I'm not tempted to you know, shiny object syndrome and all that kind of stuff. So it's important that if you're looking at setting your scanners up to find stocks that meet your criteria, you set your scanners to filter out stocks that don't meet your criteria. It's that simple. And you're less likely to break your trading rules if that's the case. And you're more likely to be profitable, find profitable trades based on your trading rules if that is the case. If it's had more volume, I might be interested, because this is making a nice move. Biocept, and it's the right price. It's got leverage. It's just not got the volume, so it doesn't meet the criterion. So there's two. I've got a whole bunch of criteria I'm looking for in a trade, but the two that are non-negotiable is volume and volatility. So yeah, if it's got no volatility, if the volatility is there, not there, then there's no opportunity. But if there's no volume underpinning that volatility, there's no trade. So yeah, volume and volatility are essential. Yeah, I think you meant BIOC, Luke. So this is BIOR. There's nobody, going back to what I was saying, Biora Therapeutics, there's nobody trading it. There's like 10,000 shares traded all session. So yeah, there's no opportunity there. There's no volatility, no volume, no nothing. There's no trade. Wait till after the bell, something might kick in. But if you're meant to type BIOC, which is Biocept, then again, right now there's volatility and there's a move, but there's no volume underpinning it, so I can't trade it. Well, I've just looked at like BIOR. Here you go, BIOR. There you go. That's the BIOR chart. There is no trade there. There's nobody trading. Too many blanks. No volume. It's like 10,000 shares traded. It's no, just no. It's at 409. If you're holding bags from sometime like earlier in the week or whatever, if you were trading it yesterday, I know it had a good day yesterday. And if it's held a lot of its gains from yesterday, but there's just no trade there at the moment. There's no trade there. There's just no volume at all. So for whatever reason, it's had a good day yesterday, and it's been moving up in general for pretty much the whole month. They had a really good day yesterday. Just no volume at the moment. If the volume comes in at the bell and it starts to move again, why not? But right now, no trade. Yeah, well, you know what these analysts are like when they put price targets of 65 on a $5 stock. Come on. Yeah, if it's GDC or actually that's a good top financial. Is that today or trading halted due to when does top financial, is it this week? Top financial resumes. What did I trade to get to goal yesterday? Well, pretty much everything you saw me trade. I got to goal while I was on live. No, I didn't. You're absolutely right. I thought it was shortly after I was live. I got to goal. What I'll do is I can show you. Where's my reports? Okay. So, you saw me trade DraftKings. You saw me trade IONQ. That's $600 there. Upstart is what I traded pretty much the whole time. I got $225 on Upstart, $425 on Oh My Home. You saw all those trades. Sorry, on AI was 225, but I got 5,900 on Upstart. Just trading Upstart. So Upstart was the one that got me to go. Just trading that. 25th. It is this week. I was right. And I traded HEPA on the small account, which was a lot more risky because I got $140 on HEPA on the small account, but it was up at like $15, $16 or whatever it was. So what's the daily target on this small account? Right, well, today it's $77. Deloitte. It's 10%. I'm looking for 10%. We're starting with 770, so we're looking for $77 today. That's today's. I missed the ending. I was watching the football, so I actually missed the ending, Calvis. Let's have a look at Hepian, I think it's called. So Hepian Farmer. Let's just where was it I traded it? In the afternoon. What time did I trade Hepa? 150. This is where I traded it, here. Traded Hepa here. And got out before it started to flush down. So I'm glad I did that. I actually got stopped out here. I think it was on this candle. Yeah, so, but if I look at this, it was at the close that this really made its move. Look at this. Obviously you've got right at the death, it just popped from like $16.60 up to like almost $20, $19.75. A $3 move in the course of like a couple of minutes. That was yesterday at the close. But yeah, it made a really good move, and we got a large portion of it on the small account. That was the last thing I traded actually. Traded Upstart. Upstart was a nice one yesterday. You just take the trade, set your stops in place, and watch it move up. Once I had a kind of 30-cent stop in place, and it was just moving up constantly. It was great. Yeah, I wish it was easy pie in Dilwar. If it was easy, anyone could do it, and that's the thing. Luke, no. Just on principle alone, I couldn't buy Man United stock. Just on principle alone, I couldn't show my face in public if I knew in my heart of heart I was owning Man United stock. Just couldn't do it. So yeah, that would just I would break my own heart. Don't mind trading Man United stock intraday, like the rest of these garbage companies. Look, I don't care about them. If they're making a move and they've got good momentum, I'll trade them for a profit. But I don't care about them, and I certainly wouldn't own shares in them on the hope that something external might or may happen in the future to push the stock price up, which is what you're essentially saying, Luke. So no, I wouldn't own Man United stock. I wouldn't own any stock on the basis that maybe they're looking for a buyer to. What I will do is I'd trade the price action. Football clubs are typically not great investments long term. Not on this channel, via Slooker. So whilst I do talk about crypto from time to time, and I will trade crypto, usually swing trade crypto. I don't usually trade intraday. I certainly don't do it on this channel. The only thing I'm holding at the moment is Cardano, because it's the only thing that didn't go positive for me to get out before the pullback. I'm not bullish on crypto at the moment at all. I'm actually a short-term bear, long-term bull. That's my opinion of crypto. It needs a lot of work. There's a lot of red flags at the moment. I saw that Binance paused deposits and withdrawals of another token there. I think it was over the weekend. So yeah. C Weber. Oh, it's breaking out. C Weber. This is Corbar breaking new highs up there at 420s. But exactly. Absolutely. Can you imagine that? I buy shares in Man United, hoping it goes up in price, and it doesn't. It goes down in price. How much I would have suicidal thoughts if that happened to me. Which is, you know, it's bad enough. Just I would be ashamed to go out in public as a part owner, a minority stakeholder in Man United. If I actually lose money on them, oof, no, I couldn't. No, we don't do forex. This channel is equities only via Slooker. So no forex, no futures, no crypto, no commodities. It's stocks and shares. It's equities only. I'll talk about anything, but I'm not. Forex for me, my opinion, just the meanderings of a fat guy on the internet. Forex is a mug's game. It's more akin to gambling than it is to actually day trading. That's my opinion. I'm sure lots of people will disagree with me, but show me your profitability and then we'll talk. Yeah, well, the problem is if they buy it out at 5 billion, it's not the shareholder. The majority of the shareholders probably won't see much of that, because it will be all in the way it will be broken out will be servicing the debt, as well as actual buying of you know, paying off the shareholders and the ownership. I can't see can't see them getting 5 billion for it. I mean, the Glazers took over Man United, they did it with a leveraged buyout. So what that essentially means is they borrowed a whole bunch of debt on on Old Trafford and the Man United name and the Man United club, using that as leverage to get the loans, putting them in debt from day one. So, and they've never even paid that debt off. They've just been servicing the interest on it. They're still in debt to a huge amount of Man United as a result of that Glazers takeover. So if they do get a sugar daddy benefactor, then they could get rid of a lot of that debt, and that will be worked into the acquisition agreement, so that the debt has to be serviced before shareholder returns. You know. I don't suggest anything like that. It's up to you, personal. There'll be too many. The best thing to do is keep your charts clean. That's what I would say to anybody that's thinking of trading, day trading in particular. Keep your charts clean. I've got 4 indicators on my chart. That's it. Aside from the price action, in terms of the lines, I've got three EMAs, which I don't really pay too much attention to, if I'm being honest. The only indicator I really pay attention to is the VWAP. You don't get a VWAP in crypto. You don't get volume indicators in crypto. I've got volume by price in the background. The histogram in the background is volume by price. So anything related to volume, you don't get that in crypto. RSI, MACD, they're great for reversal strategies, I believe. They're great in that they can give you a lot of information, but if you're relying on an indicator for your trading, you're going to lose money. It's as simple as that, because they're all lagging. These indicators are all lagging. The only thing that's not lagging is the volume and the price action. So those are the things that you should be judging your entries and your exits on. Now, the patterns and everything else, that's one thing. But you shouldn't be reliant on any indicator, Bollinger Bands, anything for your entries and exits. You should be able to take a look at the chart and see, okay, have your trade plan in place before you get in. You get in, once it breaks your entry zone, then you get in, you've got your stop loss, you get out, and then if it hits your stop loss, you get out, you cut it, you don't change your trade plan to accommodate the trade, and then when you get to your take profit line, you take some profit. It's not a exit target, it's a take profit target. So I'm not saying you exit the trade at your take profit, you take profit. That's why it's a take profit level. What you do is you take profit. You might want to take the whole thing off. If it's looking a bit weak, a little bit tired when it gets there, it's taking a while to get there, you might want to take the whole thing off. But it might run, so you might want to just take partial. Just take some profit, reduce your overall exposure, and then let the rest run. But it's up to you. Good morning, Hadi. What they done with the cash? They line their own pockets, Super Chip. What do you think a billionaire does with the cash that he gets from his businesses? Yeah, I'm waiting. I'll wait for $5. I think. traded it. I got 150 bucks out of it. It didn't work out for me. I got in early and I got in at the top, and it pulled back, and it moved up, and then when it started pulling back, it looked weak, so I got out again. Let's just keep breaking highs though, so maybe we'll have a look. There is some sellers still there at 65. Well, how long have I been doing this? I've been doing this for about like 3-4 years now, and I wasn't always profitable. I'll comment that first. I'll caveat that I wasn't always profitable. Like most traders, you're gonna lose. You've got to accept you're gonna lose money in the first instance, and the key is to protect your equity to stay afloat. You're going to lose money, and as I'm showing on the small account, it's actually difficult to make money if you've not got money to start off with. It's a lot easier with a larger account. I'll do that. So, for example, this last couple of months, with this year as a whole, in fact, with February is a bit of a blip, but this year as a whole, I've started each month with a significant sized account. We're talking like 60, 70, 80,000, and as a result of that, I've been able to make reasonable good money. Well, not reasonable, very good money. Last year, I started with 30,000 every month, and it was difficult to get to that $5,000 goal on a daily basis. So whether it's just the market hotting up again, I don't know, or you know, whether it's the fact that I've actually got a larger account every month, or a bit of both. Probably a bit of both. Morning by the dip. So we're struggling for things to trade, so now we're getting a few things breaking out. Ocean Bio had a patent granted. This could move. So Ocean had some good news back in February of this year, and went all the way up to like $27. I think it was 26 and change in February. So it intraday, by the way. So it started around this kind of position. So it does have previous for big runs, so it may or may not run up. We'll see. What's the difference? Small account and larger account. So I've got two accounts. I'm doing a small account challenge where I started at the beginning of the beginning of the month with $500. So far we've been up as much as $1,100, and then last week on Thursday and Friday we gave some back, so we ended up back down to $600. So we're finding it difficult to grow the account with the small account. But that's, look, it wouldn't be a challenge if it wasn't challenging, let's face it. Whereas my large account is what I'm using on a daily basis to actually make a living. So that's the difference. Not quite, Alistair. This is the main account. It's way off goal. The small account, I'm $32. So I'm profitable, I'm green, but only just barely on the small account. So the goal on the small account is a 10% gain each day. Whatever the equity position is at the start of that day, the goal is to increase it by 10%. Now, if I have a bad day and I lose money, the next day I'm not adding it up or anything. It's whatever that starting position is at the beginning of the day, I'm looking to make 10%. Over the course, if I can make more, great, but over the course of the challenge, so it's 500 to 15,000. We finish the challenge when we hit 15k, if we hit 15k. Over the course of the challenge, it would be nice to have grown it kind of on an average of 10%, but the goal is 10% daily, which is very aggressive. So don't get into trading thinking you're going to make 10% on your equity every day, because you're not. If I did that on the main account, I'd be absolutely stonking. Well, not that I'm not anyway, but... Well, this one's the small account there, Alistair. So $32. So we've got, I would say, another two tricks. It's about base hits. So if I'm looking at $77, 330s will get me up to $90, and that should be in and around the kind of $60-70 net after fees and charges. So if I have 3 trades at this kind of level, that's great. If I have 1 trade that's like yesterday that's over $100, great, even better. We've got 20 minutes before the market opens. So you might be new to the channel and say, what do you mean 20 minutes before the market opens? You've already taken some trades, you've got numbers on the board. Well, there's 3 sessions to the stock market, the 3 trading sessions. You've got pre-market, you've got the regular market, the regular session, and then you've got the after hours session. So pre-market is from 4 a.m. till 9:30. Now, the regular session, which is when the market is officially open and when most brokers will allow you to trade. There are a select number of brokers who will allow you to trade in the pre-market session, but most brokers will allow you to trade in the regular session. So that's from 9:30 till 4 p.m. And then the after hours session is from 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. Calm down, dog. Occasionally, when there's good earnings, I'll do an after hours session, Thomas. I would say retail traders. It depends what your definition is. Any level of pre and post market, I would say it's probably about 60% of retail traders can trade some of the pre-market session and some of the post-market session, maybe half an hour or something. The whole of the pre-market and the post-market, you're probably looking at less than 10% of retail traders can trade the full depth of the trading hours. I don't know. I'm completely speculating. It'd be an interesting stat to know, because then you can work out where the volume's coming from as well. So it looks like we're coiling there under 460 on Cobar. Going back to your question there, Thomas, trading after hours, it's a lot less liquidity, a lot less volume. Yeah, the spreads get widened quite considerably. Where that doesn't really get impacted is with high liquid stock. This is usually the mid and high cap stocks on earnings. So they're easy to borrow for the most part. They are after hours, is usually when they will drop their earnings. Well, if they're one of the stocks that will drop their earnings after hours, so you get that increased volatility around that time. So it can be profitable to trade earnings around that time. But what you don't want to be trying to do is preempt which way it's going to go. You've got to be quick, which is why you really need hotkeys to do it. But you've got to be quick to capture the move, and it's really about scalping the move very, very quickly. So what tends to happen with earnings is you'll get a move one way quickly, which is usually a liquidity grab, and then you'll get a big move the other way. That's kind of the norm. Now, occasionally you'll just get a move, a stall, which is a liquidity grab, and then it'll continue with the news of the earnings drop. So that's trading earnings after hours. How do I set up? Okay, how do I set up my trailing stop order? Well, first and foremost, I will only do trailing stops during the regular session, because they just won't execute in the. It doesn't matter if it's a trailing or a regular stop; they just won't execute in the without it being in the regular hours. It needs a market. The market needs to be open for a market order to execute. So it's not limit orders. Particularly, you can't do a trailing stop limit order. It just doesn't work. So I use hotkeys for mine. You can do it on the montage. The platform that I'm using is DAS Trader Pro, but I've got hotkeys that I can program with scripts, so that I just use hotkeys. So once it's reached a position, I can hit the hotkeys. I'm going to put a trailing stop in place. I can put a trailing stop in for 10 cents or 20 cents or 50 cents or whatever the trail I need. What leverage do I get on the $500 small account? It's the same leverage. So it's up to 6 times. Not necessarily 6 times. It depends on the stock, but it's up to 6 times. So I don't get any leverage on anything under $5. That's across the board. So on the small account, I've kind of got between $2 and $4. There's 2 windows that I would say. It's between $2 and $4. Now that it was between $2 and $3. Now I've got like $700 equity position, $800 equity position if you include what's realized today. So I've got $800. I can take between 2, so that gives me like 100 to 200 shares, providing it's volatile enough for me to get at least $20, $25 profit. Otherwise, it's not worth me taking the trade because commissions and charges will eat into it too much. So I need to be making at least $20 to $25 worth of profit per trade. That's what I would be looking for. Now that's gross, and then after then it's a profitable trade after fees and charges. So above $5 I can get leverage. So I can take more with an $800 account. I can take more shares of a $6 stock than I can of a $4 stock, just because of the leverage, providing that the stock's got leverage. So to put that into context, with $800 and up to 6 times leverage on stocks over $5, I could take a $6 stock and get what, 500 shares easily, 800 shares maybe. I only get 200 shares of a $4 stock, and it's the share size that's important. Okay, it's not the price, it's the share size, because you might be looking for 10 cents on the share, and if you've got 500 shares and you're looking for 10 cents on the shares, it makes you $50. If you've only got 200 shares, it only makes you $20. Same move, share size different, big difference in outcome. Yeah, let's have a look at Ocean. We'll put 750. All day. Just because you've got full buying power doesn't mean you need to put it all into the very first trade that looks half decent. Just putting that out there for you. Don't do a Tony. No, absolutely cast and drive. So that's a great comment. The share size goes both ways, so the risk is important. But likewise, if you're looking for a 10-cent gain, you want to be risking 5 cents. But you also need to look at that from a share size point of view. How much is that going to impact your account? Exactly, all day. Don't go full Tony. To be fair, it's very rare you'll see me using full buying power. It's just on what these small account challenges that I do it. I've occasionally done it on earnings with larger cap stocks, larger price stocks. Well, the last time you asked me to get shirts printed, I got them printed, and there was only two of you bought them. Do I get in this if it breaks new highs? I'm thinking maybe. Let's see. Let's have a look at the level 2. I have day 63. This could be interesting, actually. Just looking at the level 2 up again, 64, 65. We're better to wait for the bell. Top momentum stock right now. Our top fastest moving stock right now is this for some strange reason. Cumberland Farmer. It's not really. It's margin. It's just disappeared. So that's gone. There's nothing really moving big at the moment. I mean, Ocean Bio moved up over the last few minutes, but there's nothing really now. It's just a case of wait for the bell, I think. The S&P 500's down heavily. In fact, all the markets are blood red today. So S&P 500, I think a large part of this sell-off right now is on the back of fears of this debt ceiling calamity. We all know that the US ain't going to default. They're just going to raise the debt ceiling. That's all they're going to do. And all this saber rattling and posturing is just for political show. Worst comes to shove, Biden will just issue an executive order to raise the debt ceiling. That's all. That's what will happen. I'm telling you. The US is not going to default. When the dollar's already losing its influence and power, the last thing the US can afford to do is default on its debts. So, look, it is what it is. Oh, so core bar is breaking highs again. Or trying to. $0.75 levels important. At 4 minutes, I don't know why I actually jumped into this with 4 minutes, 3 minutes of the bell of the pre-market session remaining. Lock that in. Put 490. I just don't want to hold it into the open. First stocks that are actually consolidating rather than rallying into the open. First stocks that are consolidating a little bit and then they've got that woomph, want a better description, to break the a little bit of a run up to break the pre-market high. Yeah, and he's coming into the open as well, Calvus. I mean, it does have a decent catalyst. I don't know who Morphogenesis are, but they're merging with them. And sometimes it's better to just take the profits and run, guys. Morphogenesis are a cancer vaccine developer. So I've got a minute to the open now, guys. There's a few things I'm watching. So Ocean Bio, OBAR, HTCR. Pretty much it. Well, with 45 seconds to go to the bell, I think I'll just change the scanners over. Gives me something to do, doesn't it? you got me, Calvis, just at the same time. "20 seconds. Are we ready for the fun times, guys? I'm thinking Ocean might be the one to watch. He's pulling back at. He's actually pulling back nicely. 450, maybe a little bit further for a move back up, and then test $5. Oof. I knew that was coming, and it still made me jump. Ocean broke the pre-market high there. We're over the pre-market high on Ocean. There's quite a bit of volatility on this. Not the spreads. Only 2 cents. Oh, it got filled eventually. Come on, back over $8. You know you want to do it. And take the bid with you. Yeah, I had a feeling that was looking a bit weak. So $500 on that first piece. I just thought, okay, $8 was my initial target on the bid. There we go. Got stopped out for a small profit there. So we're 900 up on the day. That's a good start, guys. Good start. Well done. As Tommy Cooper used to say, thank you very much. Oh, just like that. Oh, upstart. Upstart, you cheeky little devil, you've just gone green. Upstart Holdings. You're approaching that pre-market high level. Okay, now we can go. Now we can go. Upstart. In a little bit. Ocean is taking off. That's my little safety net. Nice. $29.34 is the halt level to the upside. Getting perilously close to that halt level. Stop me out. $2 grand. I don't mind that. That's nice. That's a quick 2,000 on upstart. We don't mind that. Ocean, let's go back to Ocean. Base hits. Well, actually, that upstart was more than the base hit. That was a fantastic trade, if I do say so myself. I'm not saying I'm the best trade. I'm not saying I'm the best live trader on this platform, but certainly I must be top 3. Must be top 3. How am I going to use volume? What do you mean, how am I going to use volume? I use volume because I use volume for triggers. If it's got, you need volume for the trade. If it's not got volume, there's no trade. So Ocean, breaking out, testing $9. We're halfway there already. 892. Oh, 907 is the halt level now. It was 892, but 907 is the halt level. So I'm not going to jump in at $9. Start making more moves. $29.93 is the halt level. Nice little bull flag breakout, that one. $29. One, two, Wasn't quick enough on the wasn't quick enough on the hotkey then. Yeah, I got stop tape for it. There you go. So 3,500 today so far. It wasn't on the scanner, it was on my watch list from yesterday. It's what I made the money on yesterday, Khaled. So I made 5,600 on Upstart yesterday. But I kept it on my watch list for continuation today. And that's what you do is that just because the stock runs, you don't get married to it, but you do keep an eye on it for continuation. Hardcore moving up. I traded that one earlier on the small account. Hardcore up at 220, 226. Some of the higher cap stocks are making good moves as well. So AMD breaking highs on the day. Let's have a look. Have we had any volatility hots? I've not been watching the scanners while I've been trading. Yeah. CVX, AMD. AMD's having a good one. Microsoft is red on the day, but just making a new high. So AMD is the one on the high cap stocks. It's breaking lots of highs. Nice one by the dip. Good stuff. Well done. Now I can look back at Ocean whilst Upstart is this needs to break $9 for me. This is looking potential double top here. Just be careful. That's why I said it needs to break $9. Ocean, top momentum stock right now. CWBR didn't make any moves at the bell. It's kind of fading now. Hardcore is at 218s now again. Hardcore about to break highs. We're retesting the highs here. Current high of day 238. Amazon breaking highs. So Amazon. So these high cap stocks are having a good day as well. So AMD breaking highs across the board. Amazon is making nice moves up as well. So these are higher price stocks. They're not for everybody, but they're coffee table names that you know. So these are all breaking highs. Nvidia is actually pulling back a little bit, kind of red on the day. Microsoft is red on the day, but it's trying. Yeah, that's a lot of these. They're just moving with the market, and the market's not great. So hardcore did pop up and got rejected at the $0.50. New highs 248. Which market am I trading? The New York Stock Exchange, the NYSE, and the NASDAQ. North American Science and Technology? I don't know. Does anybody know what the NASDAQ? All these years, I've never even thought about it. Somebody Google what's the NASDAQ acronym mean? Yeah, I'm watching HEPA to go green on the day. So if HEPA hits kind of 1940, which was closing price yesterday, it'll be very interesting. TSP about to break $2, testing $2. TSP. Yeah. Doesn't have a lot of volatility. Moving up nice, but 17% on the day, which for a $1 stock, it's not bad. But probably not something I'm going to trade. The level 2 is probably going to struggle to get over $2 this one. Right, okay. Well, we've had a good start. And quarters. National Association of Securities Dealers and Quarters. I don't know. There's nothing moving. I can Google is my friend. Okay. National Association of Securities Dealers Automated Quotations. There you go. That's what the NASDAQ stands for. Aye, every day's a school day. Ocean is on the VWAP right now. Maybe looking, and Upstart is as well, funnily enough, looking to try and bounce on the VWAP. Ocean. Yeah, just now it's just a case of waiting, guys. If you just lump into anything that's moving, you end up losing money. You've seen me do it countless times, guys. Coinbase. Based on I'm watching the market. So for those of you that don't know, over here I've got one of my screens. I've got all my you know, my watch list in graphical format. So I've got 8 different charts there, different stocks, and I'm watching those for potential moves, and that's kind of that on my watch list. And one of those is always the SPY, so it gives me an indication of the market, and it's choppy. So you're going to get these moves like Coinbase, Shopify, Microsoft, Nvidia, all of these mid and high cap stocks that tend to follow the market most days. You're going to get these that are moving and they're going to be choppy. So look, trending markets are easy to trade because you just move with the trend, and when it goes against you, you average down or average up or whatever, and then it continues. So trending markets are easy to trade with these. It's not a trending market. We've been range bound for 2 months, and it's very choppy. Well, if I look at the market, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Well, to Tony, what are you talking about? Range bound. We're down on the day. How can they be trading in a range? Well, let's look at it on the daily. So let's look at this on the daily. So since beginning of April, we've been over kind of 405. We just broke above 419 for the first time in the last couple of days, 420. But we've been in this range beginning of since February. We've not moved. We dipped down in March, banking crisis, Silicon Valley Bank, and all those, and then we came back up, and since the start of April, we've just been range bound, sideways, just going nowhere. There's a few moves up, then we move back down. What we gained, we lose it again, and then we gain it again, and we lose it again, and we've just been range bound. So choppy as hell for the last 2 months, and as a result, higher mid and high cap stocks are a lot more difficult to trade profitably because they're not following a particular trend, unless they've got a catalyst of their own, and then in which case they will trend on their own away from the market. Yeah, just be careful out there. If you're trading the mid and high caps, just be careful. Whilst the market is as choppy as it is, just be careful. Yes, I edit the watch list. So in terms of the what's on the chart. So on YouTube and Rumble and Twitch, etc., you're seeing 4 of the charts I've got open on my watch list at the bottom. You're seeing what I'm watching on the what I'm trading, but you're also seeing 4 of my watch list charts. Sometimes there's duplication there as a result. But yes, I will change it across the course of the day. So, for example, Upstart is on one on the list, not on today's watch scanners. It moved yesterday, and I managed to get over $5,000 on it yesterday. So, of course, I left it there for continuation. Didn't expect it to make a continuation, but once it was, peripheral vision, I'm seeing it making a move up. It went green on the day. I watched it, and I was able to jump across and see the volume coming in and take a position as it broke $28 and ride it the rest of the way up. So yeah, that's my watch list. It changes. It changes throughout the day. I'll have a look at PacWest. The problem with PacWest is like 150 margin requirement. I don't like trading anything that's more than 100% margin requirement. Choppy, chop, chop, choppy, sideways, chop. You don't have to look at the price action, just look at the VWAP. It's horizontal, it's not going anywhere. Made that early move kind of between 4 and 6, 4 and 7. It's been sideways since. So now it's a case of just watch and find out. The fact that the only volatility halt I've seen today is just happened. I've not seen any volatility halts. Oh yeah, there was one. They're all to the downside. They're all red. The volatility halts are all red. Oh, this is the first green one. going on with TNA? This is a small cap index. It's like Russell index. Direction daily ETF. Yeah, it's the same as the TNA. Same as the IWM. It's just the direction daily. One's direction daily. One is iShares. I think one thing's different this last week is I've not been trying, well, since I lost a little bit yesterday, just not trying to swing for the fences with every trade. Just look for the breakouts, look for the base hits. Upstart again. Just broke that session high. Went in for small amount, smaller size, much smaller size. $0.42 on the average true range at the moment with Upstart. Spreads are like 10 cents, so it's like 4 to 1 on the range versus the spread. It's not bad at all, actually. Is that what it is? TNA, it's like a leveraged ETF. I'm not familiar with TNA. I'm looking at the Russell. I'll use IWM. And the thing is, what's better about taking smaller size is that it gives you that window of opportunity to take a bigger risk per share. Because like 42 cents is average true range, I'm able to give it 40 cents. With 1,000 shares, I'm only risking $400. Break that $30 level is going to be a key level, psychological level already. Let me have a look on the daily. What was the last time? I have to go back to September last year for when we were last up this, August last year when we were last up at this level. I think I traded it back then. Yeah, it's psychological resistance level, absolutely. That's the break lows. There you go. Broke new lows, so get out. And I wasn't risking too much on that one. So again, that's part of risk management. Is if you're unsure of your entry and you want to catch the momentum, you go in with smaller size. You can always scale in if it goes your way. I was recognizing the fact that this is moving up. I switched over. I was unable to catch the breakout of the high of day. which was kind of 29.65 or whatever. So getting it 2070 would have been great, but I missed it, so I just took a small position, knowing full well that the whole dollar of 30 was up at the top. That is going to be a psychological resistance level. So if it goes against me, I can get out with minimal loss. And I got out as soon as it pulled back. I let it kind of, average true range was 40 cents. I was willing to give it 40 cents, but ended up giving it 30 because we got this a little bit of support there, and then as it moved back up, as it started to pull back down again, that's where I put my stop, the previous support. So let it pull back. On the next attempt, I will wait for it to break 30. In the meantime, caution. What is day trading? Day trading is the buying and selling of stocks and shares on the stock market intraday. So you buy them and sell them the same day. Or if you want to complicate things, you might sell them first and then buy them back later, which is called shorting. But it's making trades of equities intraday. So buying and selling the same day. That's what day trading is, for profit and or losses, depending on who you are and if you're actually making any money. My goodness, why did I not see this? Recursive farmer extended on the 5. Oh, looking for a trade-off for the small account. Forget the small account with this one. $9. I don't have enough equity. I can't even take 100 shares with it. No leverage. Could be interesting for this main account. No, it's up. Nearly 20%. Nice steady climb as well. I want to see this. This is very fairly standard up down. So you don't really want to, when it's like this, you'll be looking at these pullbacks and stuff. So what you don't want to be doing is trading this on the 1 minute chart. So you look at this on the 2 minute chart, slightly higher time frame. You've got a slightly higher average true range, granted, but it gives you an indication of where the real pullbacks are. Now I've got 2 minutes open on the other chart here. Small account is very tough, Daryl. It's very tough. No leverage, Virgo. There's no leverage on Ocean for the small account. So technically, it would have been a good one to trade, but I think it's 110% margin requirement. I'm just going through the list now before I change the settings. So I want to change the settings here. Get rid of some of this junk. Yeah, avoid your therapeutic. Kind of bounce on the bottom, but it's struggling there, just above the VWAP. Hardcore making nice moves. This is what I got my 30 bucks on the small account. New high of day, currently 66. This candle on the one is 65. Same as the two. The good thing about those trading those Invest Addict is you buy at the bottom, and if it goes against you, you've got a very tight risk. Because what you essentially do, so let's go back to this. Go back to RXRX, and I'll show you. RXRX. So you look at this, and you look at you've got a very tight risk. So you look to buy as it approaches the bottom of the previous candle. That's your entry. Very tight risk. If it breaks lower, you get out. But then when it gets to the top of the candle, that's to take profit. If it breaks higher, then great. But if it then starts to pull back, you get out. When it's like that, you can pretty much just each candle has got a higher high, higher low in most cases. And when it's not, that's your reversal indicator. At the moment, the side of the candle is getting lighter, so it's getting less. The candles are getting smaller, so it's showing a little bit of exhaustion up there, so it needs a bit of consolidation. $10, it's at $10 now, just trying to break $10. There we go, and it did so with volume. I'm looking for a bounce on $10. Why have I got hardcore twice on this? I'm going to put RXRX on. I don't know about it probably will do, yeah. Auction above $10 per day, I'll be very surprised if it doesn't. That's what this is a nice little pullback for RXRX. It's a great little pullback. Trying to find an entry on there was kind of difficult. But nice little flag setting up on auction, by the way. Put this on the 2-minute. And you've got this lovely little flag set up here. See that? Nice little flag setup. So, got to break out. You're saying an M formation? I don't know where you're getting your M formation. This is clearly higher than that. It looks nothing like an M. There's an M formation was here, and it did that pullback, and then it's curled around. There's an argument for a W formation there, double bottom there after the double top. So, if you're arguing this is your M formation, and this is a double top, yeah, I suppose. Hardcore breaking out. Higher day, currently 282. Over $3, this could really move. RX. Oh, I was looking at that for a bounce. Look at that. Great entry there at the $3/4. $9.75. Fantastic entry there. Break of $10 now. Lovely pullback. Candle makes a new high here. Great move up, 25 cents. Yeah, 9.75 would have been a perfect entry for that. Shiny object syndrome. If you see something moving nice, stick with it. Yeah, I had a good day yesterday. It did. It moved from like 650 up to over almost 950. So $3 move across the course of the first 2 hours. It had a decent day on Friday as well. So. Make a smaller position. No. Look for a bounce on the 10. Ouch. Kicked my desk. That hurt. Ocean moving up. I'm not gapping up, but it's moving up. Yeah, it's retesting. So it's trying to break out of that flag formation I just drew. The liquidity grab to the bottom, and now it's trying to move to the top. So over 950, that will probably break out, and you might retest 10. It might test 10 over 950. So I'd say 950 is probably a decent entry point on Ocean right now. Volumes kind of tinnitus. Volumes kind of dying out on this one now. Needs to hold $10. Ocean pulling back under $9. Got a good 20-cent move, over 25 cents there from the break of 9.50. Like I said, not bad. There's no leverage on either of them, Flip Jug. No leverage on either of them. I've just got a large account. Yeah, and got quickly rejected too, Flip Jug. I don't tend to use, unless I'm trading, like when I'm trading earnings, I might use the leverage, but then again, I'm not using all the leverage because obviously it's overnight margin. So I don't tend to use the leverage on my main account at all. Yeah. So if you're using Dash Trader, Flip Jug, depends on your platform, but I'm using Dash Trader, and you can just click on the short indicator next to the level up, level down on the level 1 on the montage, underneath the little indicator underneath the anchor. Just click that and it'll tell you what leverage you've got. It'll also tell you how many shares there are to borrow, if it's easy to borrow or hard to borrow, or what the situation is. Oh, of course, it's breaking highs now. It's up at 320s. Motoring. I should have just bought and held this morning when on the small account. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. I think I wouldn't just be top 3. I'd be the best trader in the world if I had hindsight. Oh. Foresight, rather. Palantir up 8%. I'd wait for it to get a little bit higher up on the day. They're all choppy at the moment, guys. The stock market as a whole is choppy. So when you get a profitable position, don't worry about your risk to reward at the moment. Just lock in the green. Don't be obsessed with your risk to reward. Just lock in the green. It's all about making profits. Don't worry about statistics. It's $0.75. I'm going to go for it. Upstart. Almost going red on the day now. Good stuff, J-Spec. HEPA has just gone green on the day again. Up at 1950s. RX testing $10 here. This is Recursion Pharmaceutical. Had a really good day yesterday. Well, for the first couple of hours. Just finding a bit of support there, kind of on the 20. Yeah, well, sometimes you get in and it consolidates, and sometimes, you know, I've marked out where the support is, and I'm watching the 20 EMA there, which it seems to be adhering to right now. So if it gets back above 1010, we might test the highs. Otherwise, it might be just a case of, look, take a hit on this. If it pulls down to the 20 one more time, I might add a bit more for a dip buy and move up. Other than that, it's a slight risk if I do that. There we go. Try the dip buy. We'll move back up to $10. Excuse me. VWAP bounce or nothing. 950s, mate. Get out. okay. It'll be like that some days. I don't know about it being always a gamble. It's a calculated risk as opposed to a gamble. It's going to move back up now. Watch. Yeah, there's not a lot moving, guys. Not a lot moving. I mean, even hardcore is certainly for the smaller counters. There's not a lot of good trades going on right now. This moves back up, bouncing on the VWAP. I see more volume in that. I'll start getting involved. Benzinga, one that absolutely battered me on the small account the other day. Let's have a look for the small account trade with Benzinga. Alistair, good. That's a good day. That's a good day. Hey, Christian. My voice sounds good every day, Don. Enjoy your day. So yeah, I didn't see Benzinga moving up. Oh, you're getting better at this than I am there, Alistair. Of the VWAP, $0.75 level for breakout. Don't want this to get rejected at the VWAP though. Still red, but the Russell index is green by a long shot. Only top 5. He must have been demoted there, Alistair. James Myers, you're obviously the unlucky, the bad luck charm. I was green until you joined. That last trade took me red. US Bank Corps making good ground. No, it's not that. I thought this would be thickly traded. It's actually not that thickly traded. Spreads are like penny, but it's got a decent range, 5 cents. Oh, just a breakout on Shuttle Farmer. Once it broke that session high, volume here down at the bottom. I think the volume came in to break that session high. There's some good volume here now as well. Over 2 on Shuttle Farmer. It's up at 220 or 210s right now. I'm not going to block James. He's all right, he's James. Don't worry, James. I'll just have to turn it round just for you, buddy. Yeah, everything's just consolidating. So I'm just looking at the chart, and with the exception of Shuttle Farmer, which is the only one that's upwards trend, everything is sideways. It's very choppy at the moment, guys. It's been like that for a couple of weeks, let's face it. They're a very choppy market. So take your profits while you can. I don't know. I'm doing better this year than I did last year, Puno. That's for sure. It only takes one stock to run. If you get it well, if you get it right. I'm thinking Upstart might make another move later. It looks weak right now, but mark my words, Upstart will be over $30 later. Lock some of that in. 253 is the high of day. $262 is the halt level. 251 is the high of day, sorry. Oh, that was the entry. You got the flag set up. You look for the breakout. How much did I make last year? About 1 point, well, just over 1 million. $1.3 gross. Just looking for 240 here right now. No, we're green on the day. So James, we're no longer red on the day. So you're no longer a bad luck charm. You're welcome anytime. It's only 230 bucks, but look, it's better than a kick in the teeth. I mean, I've probably racked up more in fees and charges on the day. But then, look, get green, stay green. That's the key. Well, I only took half of that off Neath there. I only took half off there. And they added it back at the top of the next whip. I'm just reading through the Discord. Isn't that nasty little pullback? Hardcore trying to make a move to the upside. All right. I can't trade that. There's not enough volume there. ARVL's moving nicely. It's kind of light volume, but this is a rival. Yeah. Break of $4 would have been a nice entry. I've got to wait for the entry. Right, while I'm not in the trade, let's have a look at the questions. Let's have a look at the chat. Yeah, it's big relative volume. I mean, it's like it normally trades like 80,000 shares a day as SHPH, Shuttle Farmer. Let's go back to Shuttle Farmer. I'll come back to Arvel in a moment. So Shuttle Farmer, it normally trades 80,000 a day. It's already traded 26 million shares today. It's only a 5.5 million float, so it's recycled its float like 5 times over. As for short interest, I don't have any data on short interest. Doesn't look like it's got a high short interest from what I can see. But there you go. That's the best way to do it, Super Chip. Yeah, HTCR broke out. There's a few kind of mini breakouts happening. Not looking overly reliable yet, so not like it's looking really strong. Whereas we're getting a nice little pullback here. What I've been looking for before it goes parabolic. $0.11, 12 cents on the ATR. Looking at 440. A nice double bottom there on Upstart. Or even a triple bottom if you want to. If you want. But it's looking, if it gets over the VWAP, Upstart over the VWAP is very is interesting to me. That big spike there was a little bit. It's a little bit tricky to trade at the moment. Just take your gains when you can make them. Don't be holding trades looking for the home runs. Don't be looking for the moon with every trade. It's not the market to do that. In a bull market, great. Buy, hold, away you go. Take profits later in the day. Fine. But right now, with the market just very choppy sideways, let's go back to the market and I'll show you. So down on the day slightly, but look how choppy this is. It's just chop, chop, chop sideways, go nowhere. This is the SPY. So this is the S&P 500. It's not doing anything. So when it's like that, it does reflect on other stocks as well, and it becomes very difficult. You don't get the breakouts. The breakouts are just not reliable. You get the breakouts, but they're just not reliable. So don't be afraid to take profits. Nobody goes broke taking profits. Just remember that. Don't be afraid to take profits. Oh, I can get rid of this thing. $9.50 could be interesting for Ocean. Still think I stand by what I said earlier. Will Ocean get over $10? When someone asked me, I think yeah, probably. Well, I think that's just one of the things in the background super chip that's stopping the market from breaking out. There's a little fear, uncertainty, and doubt. $9.50 on. Yeah, if it can get over 9.50, that's a good point. But I think over 9.50 it'll be good. Yeah, over the VWAP here, 9 over the VWAP, and this is interesting. I'm watching a few things at the minute, but there's nothing really breaking out right now, but I'm watching a few things. What is moving right now is what big mover from yesterday. Microbot. A huge day yesterday. Microbot's moving. Liverpool reserves, NFCR, slow and steady. Core if it gets back over 320. Oh, GSI Tech. Wait a minute, that could be one for the small account. Yeah, not enough consistent volume there. Over 950, I got into 63, so that's not a good entry, but yeah, I saw it and then I was late to the party. I would have liked to have got in at 950, but I'm in at 963, so I'm not in big. So one of these little pullbacks, micro pullbacks, I might just add a little bit to bring me back down to that kind of, if I get the opportunity. It doesn't look like I'm going to get the opportunity. High of day currently is 976. I'm a firm believer we're going to test that, and if we break out with that, ends on. We just broke out of it. So new high of day, 985. That's it. Every day should be a nice day for base hits, look, Alvis. That's all you should be looking for is base hits. If you're looking for anything more, you get stung. If you look for base hits, you're going to get base hits, but you're also going to get those home runs when they come. If you're looking for home runs every time, you're just going to get stung. Did say 950 should have been my entry. I think this is going to get to $10 today. Red's kind of rangy. As much as 15 cents on the spreads. There's your 10. Nice. Annual stock. What's the 33 cents? So let's put it there for now. Break the $half. Add to the position. What's the hold level? 10.7. You know what? I'm just gonna put 30-cent stock and trailing stock. I've swapped it out for a trailing stock. Hey Shinwari, not seen you for a while. How you getting on? Okay, so we're back in the green. 4,000. That was a nice trade. I'm going to take a bit more. Still more to be had out of this. Hardcore is looking at retesting the highs. 330 right now. Volatile, give it that. 38 cents on the average true range. Could see 11. Very surprised if we don't. Wouldn't take that extra position there if I didn't think that was going to be the case. On the ask at the moment. I'm at 60, 61 and change. Yeah, good, buddy. Good to hear it. How's the family? Good stuff. That's what we do it for. Don't know what I'm doing it for, at least, anyway. Five-day currently is 1082. Nice to retest that. A couple of 7,000 sellers there. Gonna get rid of those. $3/4 levels proving a little bit of a challenge right now. Get over that again, and we should be golden. Take a little bit off. Take a little bit more off. Got 600 to do. 30-cent trailing stop there now. 40 cents on the average tree range, so I got stopped out, cool. But it puts me over goal, so happy days. So 6,680 on the day, so that's a nice trade. So since you married on, okay, so do I short when the opportunity permits? But I am long biased. It's easier it's easy to trade long. You don't have to worry about locate fees. You don't have to worry about short sale restrictions. You don't have to. They make it a lot more difficult to short, and rightly so. Yeah, I'm a long bias trader. Shame there's no leverage on this one. It would have been a good one to trade the small account on. But that's a great trade, if I did say so myself. $7,000, $7,025 on auction by America. I do say get green, stay green, get to goal and get out. I'm at the goal right now. It's at the halt level. I'm not jumping in at the halt level. We get a false halt and a little bit of a pullback. Fine, I'll look at it, but I'm not jumping in at a halt level. I was going to get in for the break of the $0.50 then. I've got in for the $0.75. Halt level is 12.17 now. Oh, the range on this is, the spreads are just widened. The range is getting very choppy, so just be careful, guys. The spreads widened to like 20, 25 cents per second then. Interesting. And this 28.30, so we're looking for 30. $25 on the ask. Do as I say, not as I do. Absolutely a superhero, 100%. I've not forgotten that you wanted me to go over the Benzinga scanner, so I'll do that after this trade, buddy. Let's see some bullish action here. I thought it wasn't going to get filled then. Over 11.50 and I'm golden. That's a reversal warning sign right there. That big wick up. A little bit of consolidation here. I think we get to 11. I wasn't sure about 12 today. Already been there. Current high of day right now, 12.08. Going in the wrong direction, Ocean. If you're reliant on the RSI for your exits and entries, then you're going to lose money. It's price action. Price action and volume. This is going to break down. Great catalyst and a lot of bullish momentum. I didn't know, Lisa. I didn't know for sure. I just felt like, yeah, it's probably going to see $11 today. Based on trading it previously when it went up to like 26 and change back in February. Went up to 26.60 back in February, a similar catalyst. This isn't done yet, by the way. This is a catalyst here. It's pulling back. Nice consolidatory pullback. I don't mind this right now. But it's not done yet. It's not topped out yet. There's still a lot of action on this one yet. This could go against me because I'm in big. Oh, bloody wasp. Yeah, it's already been up to 250 for Yes Factory. We've already traded that today. We've got 1,800 bucks trading it on the way up. It's still above. It's still above the VWAP, but I would say it's not looking strong. I think the Shuttle Farmer. I think the majority of that move is done now. Upstart's back above the VWAP. Okay. Might get a nice VWAP bounce there. It's pulling. It's broke the VWAP. It's pulling back. It might get a nice VWAP bounce there. Upstart. Let's see. I got 35 there for a brief moment. There we go. Take the bid with you. All the way up. $0.50. Should have taken off when it was a small loss. We'll see. Increase in bullish volume there. Didn't quite get the breakout level. It's kind of a fake out on the 5. 1, 2, 3. Fake out right way through. Okay, I've just bought another 5. We're at that support level. If it breaks that support level, it's going to cost me a lot of money, but no, I've got right now. I've got the 1, 2, 5, 60 and daily open on this ticker. So I've got five charts open on this ticker. I can switch to the 15, 30, any of those charts. I can switch them at any time. No, I'm not underestimating it. Look at the volume of it, Factory. Yes, Factory. Look at the volume on Shuttle Farmer, and the patent was awarded early. It wasn't awarded 90 minutes ago. You're probably just seeing the news drop from 90 minutes ago, but that was a pre-market news drop. Still think this is going up to over 12 today. It's been over 12. I think it's going back up there. There's a lot. Still think there's a lot more action on this yet today. But holding on to losers like this in Hopium is not a good strategy. So I need to get out of this if the opportunity arises. Yeah, this is breaking down for me now. Where do I draw the line in the sand? And 30. I've been out of this at 1075. Instead, I added to it. I'm risking 4 grand right now. I want over 4 more Calvus. Yeah, so of the 2 that you can see, I've got the daily and the 15 there. But I've also got the real-time scanner, which I've got currently set to on the 15, but I've switched that about during the day. This is not how to trade, guys. Just reminding you of that. Manage your risk as opposed to risking giving back your gains plus interest. I don't mind consolidation, but this is pulled back way too far. Yeah, so the news drop of that was like 8:15 this morning, yes, factory. 8:14 and 14 seconds on according to Benzinga. Trying to find this support level here. Am I going to make 12 grand, an extra 12 grand on this? No. This moves back up. I could do if it goes up to 1240, 1250, and I hold it. So bad. $11.50. Come on. You know you want it. It's finding a bit of resistance at $11. Now we're over $11. Now we need the 11.25, which is where I'm at. A $0.25. $11.17 on the ask. $24 on the 25. That's where I'm at. But that was on the ask, not the bid. Get off. Hissing wasps. Get away, bee. And we get 11.50 on the ask. $33 on the ask, yeah. 34, 37. I'm risking 4 cents on this now. Yeah, I got stepped out, stopped out. Yeah, didn't lose much. I still think this is going to go. But, look, I risked way too much there, guys, but I knew it was going to come back up. It was just about finding that support level. 10.50 was the support level. It was way too far back. I mean, if you look at this on the higher time frames, it's a nice flag setup, you know? It's a beautiful flag on the 2 minute. There's a flag on the 5 minute. So over 11.50 now I'm watching. Just pull back way too far for good risk given the size that I was in. Do not do this on a small account. Absolutely, Calvus. No. Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look at LFCR. Liverpool reserves. LFC reserves. Ah, we missed it. That went up to kind of 950 on the day. Missed that one. I still think Upstart's got some life in it left yet today. It's moving sideways at the moment. Up and kind of trapping up and down the VWAP. I think Ocean. Look at that, it's pulled it all the way back down, found support at the same area, 1040. I don't want to make discipline save me. I think discipline cost me because I should have waited until it found support before I added this 5k here. Yeah, it's finding a little bit of difficulty on the 5 minutes. So we're looking at 1140 is the breakout level. 1147 previously, but 1140 is the breakout level now on the 5 minute. I've seen the sellers at 1140, but there were sellers at 1122, and it blasted straight past those. What you've got to notice is the way that the ticker tape's going, the volatility of the moves. You know that there's still life in it. If it starts slowly bleeding out and selling off, but it's not doing it with volatility, then the likelihood is it's not coming back. But when it's got the volatility and the life in it, there's always that. Yeah, I'm going to walk the dog in a minute. I just need check what's moving. Microbot, Amazon. Well, 7,000 up on this at one stage. Yeah, we'll see. It's a consolidation period after that big move up. So if it can break 1140, got a little bit of room, wiggle room. Once back down to 1040, I might just take a small position. Yeah, I'm going to take you for a walk in a minute, sweetie. Okay. You can't have that. It's got chocolate in it. It'll kill you. Whose idea was that? Make chocolate toxic to dogs. That's just... no. Guys, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. I'm just looking for the retest of 1140. Maybe the break of the $0.50 to retest 12. Yeah, smash that thumbs up button, guys. You know you want to do it. It's the only thing that makes me happy. Do it now. And if you've not done already, make sure you give a little bit of a drum solo on your screen if you're watching on TikTok, okay? If you're watching on your phone on TikTok, just give your touch screen a bit of a drum solo like that, okay? Just get that like count up. It just helps with the algorithm if we've got an interactive, if it's an interactive live stream, so that next time I'm streaming, it'll push it out to more people as a suggestion. So, yeah, there you go. You know you want to do it. Just do it now. Oh, dropped a bit of chocolate on my mouse pad. $11.46 there, 11.40 there. Yeah, just map that out right now. Okay, I'll said I'd cover the Benzinga off when I was in the okay, I'll cover Benzinga off then. Okay, just bear with me one moment and I'll cover Benzinga off. Benzinga. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about, Benzinga is the scanners that I use to find stocks to trade every single day. If you're wondering where to find Benzinga, if you go to, let me just see. Here you go. So if you go to my link tree, so if you're watching on YouTube or Rumble or whatever, these links are in the description, or ShareVision, these links are in the description. But Benzinga, if you're watching on somewhere else, go to my link tree. There's a link right there, right above me at the top corner. There's a link there. It says the link tree, the TikTok trader. So take a look at that, or go to my profile on TikTok, and there's a link that says the link tree, the TikTok trader. Click that. It brings you to this page, and this is my link tree. Now, if you want to find Benzinga, and I'm going to cover Benzinga in a moment. I'm going to show you how I set my Benzinga charts up on the daily. Ocean Bio is just vomited, by the way. It's down at $10. But anyway, if you want to find stocks to trade, I use Benzinga for trade alerts, for signals, and I'll show you exactly what Benzinga is, but I'll show you exactly how I set up my day, okay? How I set up my scanners, okay? Also, if you want me to be a mentor, if you want to learn how to trade off me, come join me at in the Day Trade with Tony community here. Click this link. I'm virtually giving it away at this stage, my knowledge. If you've not got a broker, or if your broker limits you to just 3 trades a week, then try out Capital Markets. I've just signed an agreement with Capital Markets to promote them. If you go and sign up with Capital Markets, yeah, they do give me a little backhander, but it's all good. I've been promoting them for a couple of years now, as most of you that are regulars to this channel know, without any agreement in place, and I recommend them because I use them. They're a great broker. They're an offshore broker, so you can get up to 6 times leverage. The commissions the fees and charges are very amicable. You've got a choice of direct access platforms to use. So Sterling Trader, DAS Trader, which is what I use. And the advantage of using a direct access software is you get narrower spreads, faster execution times, configurability in terms of hotkeys, hot buttons, scripting. It's a really, really good broker to use. Really great platforms to use. So Capital Markets, TraderView, which is TraderView. So this is yesterday. This was my P&L from yesterday. As you can see, Upstart, I made 5,900 on. Small account, I made 140 bucks on. So yeah, that's so go check all that out. Now Benzinga, this is what I'm going to be talking about right now. So Benzinga is the what I use to find stocks are moving as they're moving. Okay, this is what I see on a daily basis. This is what I'm looking at on a daily basis. The reason I've got these two widgets popped out is so that I can show them on the live stream, so that I can show them to you guys on the live stream. However, my desktop actually looks like this. Okay, so I've got a tab up here which is just my desktop. So I'm going to start with a fresh new tab, and I'll show you how I set it up. I'll show you some of the other functionality of Benzinga as well while I'm here. But right, when you sign up for Benzinga, this is what your first page will look like. It's just, there is nothing, okay? So you've got a whole bunch of templates that you can use here. You can link your brokerage so that you can actually have, you know, that linked into this as well, but there's no need for that. So you can look at this, all these kind of things, what's moving, scanner, day trading. So if I launch that desktop, it automatically brings me up this kind of thing. So you've got, I mean, it's bringing up Apple right now, but if I click on that, it brings up Shuttle because that's the top mover. Okay, that's the scanner. It's got unusual options activity there. You've got signals, halt signals. You've got signals for block trades, etc. You've got signals for 52-week highs. All of this is set up. So that's by default. Okay, that's just one of the standard default desktops that you can use. A lot of these are set up. You can have multiple of these. You can launch the pre-market thing there. So you've got a pre-market scanner there, which allows you to look for pre-market. You can then get the day trader. So day trading, you launch that. And you just switch between these, and then you've got mine, which is up here. It's absolutely great. It's very intuitive. You don't have to do it my way. Don't have to do it their way. You can do it their way. You can do it my way. You can do it your own way. It's very intuitive. Okay. So this is Benzinga. It's fantastic for finding stocks to trade. So how do I do it? I'll show you some of the functionality, but how do I do it? What is it that I'm looking for when I'm setting up my day? So first thing I do is I will get the movers done. So I'll get in the workspace, I'll get a mover. So the first thing I do, I'm looking for gains. I'm long bias, so I'm looking for movers up. So this helps me set my, so I'm looking for the top movers on the day, creating my gap scanner right now. Okay, so I will leave it on regular because we're in the regular market right now, but it's for the session. So based on current session versus yesterday's or previous day's close price. I've not added any of those filters. You can do that if you want. You can filter out the cap by cap or float size or price or anything like that. I haven't done that. Okay. What I will do is I'll put the filters on here instead. I'll get price greater than $2. I'll get volume. Okay. So if you can see this, but volume right now, I've got volume greater than 750k, so 750,000. So for example, okay, get rid of that filter. Then I'll go over here, get the movers again, and add another one. Same thing. But this time I'm looking at 15 minutes. Now you can do 15 minutes, you can do 5 minutes, you can do 30 minutes, but I'm looking for momentum. I'm not looking for spikes in activity. I'm looking for something that's got sustained momentum. So over the last 15 minutes, what is the biggest mover? So I'm looking for gainers in the current session for over the last 15 minutes. And I'll put, now I don't want to put the same price filter in there, so it's got to be greater than $2. But I don't want to put 750,000 shares traded in 15 minutes. That would be ridiculous. So I'll put 150,000, for example. I might put 125 or whatever it is. So, okay, you can put the numbers in, or you can put the K or the M or whatever. You can do the abbreviations. That's not a problem. So there you go. I've got these are my scanners. You'll recognize these are the same two scanners that you will see every single day that I'm showing you when I'm trading. Slight difference though. What I do is I move these columns about. Okay, so I've got the price, I've got the percentage change, I've got the symbol, then I've got the name, but I want volume. Okay, so volume comes after the name here. What I'll do is I'll put the volume next to the price because that's more important to me. Then the name, and then I'll put average volume. Okay, so the average volume is the average volume over the last 100 days. So I can quickly take a look and see that Corbar has 22.6 million shares traded today. It normally does 9.7k, so 9,700 shares on any given day. That's what it normally does. Okay, that's not so that's the average. That's what so if you look at in terms of relative volume, you divide that this volume by that one, it gives you relative volume. So right now we're looking at like 200x plus. Okay, so that's what I've been looking at. Don't worry about anything else. You can look at the other things. You can add whatever you feel is going to be relevant to you and it's going to help you with your trading. This is how I set up my day. This is how I set up my workstation. So then I'll look for the signals. Signals. It opens signals there. Okay. And what I'll do, I'm looking for volatility. I just want. Not interested in spikes down, I'm just looking for spikes up, and I'm looking for day high series. So what this is continued breaks of high. So if it reaches the high of day and then retraces, it's not going to hit the high series. What I want to see is reaches a high of day, then makes another high of day. So it's a day high series. That's what I've got set up here, and you'll see these moving. Then what I also add in there is the news ticker. So in the workspace, down at the bottom here. Okay, so that's I'll just leave that as it is, and it tells me rolling news in real time. Now, what I also want to be doing is adding the beta scanner. Now, this is very powerful, and what I'll do is I'll show you this on its own in a second, but I want to show you how I set it up. Okay, so I can move this over here, which is what I do. Just move this out so I can get to the filters. So, in the columns, I'm able to find out what columns I've got here. For example, I want volume on the 1 minute, on the 5 minute. I want the change on the 5, 15, 30. All of these, 60. Don't bother with 1 minute because that's just too noisy. And here you can get relative volume, and I'll show you this in more if you want. So then we're just looking at getting that's right. So I just want to get rid of this common stock ETA. I'll just leave that for there for now. I want price. What I'll do is I'll set that to, let's say, over $1. Any volume. So because it's in real time, I'm looking at any volume. So I'm just going to leave the volume there. Actually, no. What I'll do is I'll put volume in there. I do want at least 100,000 shares. So over 100,000. I don't want things that are just spiking up across the day without any thing. So then I can just pull this across, and I pull the columns that I'm interested in. So we've got the symbol, the price, the change. I'm not interested in the change in price. Then the volume. Then I'll be looking at based on 60 minute over here. Come here. Then I'll get the 30 minute over here. I'm just going to punch, so I'll move the volume back. Then I'll get the 15. Then I'll get the 5. Okay. Then I'll move the 5 minute volume next to the 5 minute change. Okay, so right now, this is the change based on yesterday's closing price. What I might want to do is, okay, similar to the momentum scanners, look at that, okay? Let's just put something else in there right now, just so I can change the. I'll get rid of this in a second. Okay. Okay, so this is pretty much how I've got it set up. I've not got this vertical bar here for some reason. I might just put that down there instead. I'll sort that out after. Okay, so that's how I've got my scanner set up. That's what you see on a regular every single day. Now, what I normally do is I will click that, pop it out, and then resize it accordingly. And I'll click this, pop it out, and resize it accordingly, so that what you're getting is just what you see. Okay, so let me just get rid of that and that. Okay, now the beta scanner is very, very interesting. So I've got the signals as they're happening. You can see these signals still taking place here and still moving. HIPAA there, spike up. Palantir's just hitting the news there with cutting jobs in London. You've got Perion Networks responding to the spruce. But let me just open up another one of these. So I can just open this up in a... So pop this out, and you can see how powerful this one is. So it refreshes every 10 seconds, but I can change that. I can change this to real time. I can look for the volume over the last 5 minutes. Now I can change that. Okay, where's the most volume over the last 5 minutes, for example? Because they say follow the crowd. So the volume at the moment is with Tesla. So Tesla's moving up. After Tesla, it's Shuttle Farmer. So Shuttle Farmer it's got a beautiful double bottom off the off the VWAP. So I'm going to go back to that in a second. So Shuttle Farmer breaking out double bottom off the VWAP. But Amazon, Pfizer, Palantir. So this has got, just looking at the volume over the last 5 minutes. Now you've got columns for volume on any of these time frames. So you can put that in there, whatever you want to do. You can search over, okay, well, where's the biggest move over the last 5 minutes? Well, it's Shuttle Farmer, followed by, at the moment, Microbot. I don't like looking at the last 5 minutes in real time, because you see how quickly it changes, and that you can get faked out, which is why I tend to look at the last 15 minutes. It changes in real time, it's measured in real time, but the changes aren't as frequent because you're looking at a 15-minute spell. So it's important. So this is this beta scanner is very important. Okay, now what else can you get out of this? So any questions first and foremost? This is art markets. I don't know about art markets, but the list price, Christian, is $200 a month. Well, it's 197 a month is the list price. If you go for a quarterly price, it's less. Like if you pay for 3 months at a time, it's much less. And if you pay annually, it's much less. It's about $1,400 annually is the list price. However, that being said, I've got a coupon. So I'll go back to the link tree there. So if you go into my link tree, if you go through my link, or you go to my link tree, use this coupon when you're checking out. So you can get it 14 days free. Go through my link, and it will give you 14 days trial for free. No credit card needed. All you need is an email address where they can send you the login details, etc., etc. Okay. So you sign up, you can get 14 days trial. But then if you like it, if you like what you see, don't pay full price. You can get 35% off using my code there. So DTWT35, day trade with Tony 35, and that'll get you 35% off regardless. It's off the face price of what you were going to pay. So if you were going to pay like the 197 subscription for the Benzinga Pro, whatever. Whatever package it is, if you're going to pay the subscription for 197, for example, then you get 35% off that face value. If you're going for the quarterly package, which is discounted, so per month it's a lot less, you get 35% off the quarterly package. And if you go for the annual package, you get 35% off the annual package. So across the board, you can get 35% off. Of course, the longer you're subscribing, they're wanting more longer subscribers, so they give you better discounts. It's that simple. So 35% off. You may get a better discount if you renew, or if you buy it at a particular moment, like July the 4th. Or Labor Day, or a special holiday, they might give you a special discount. But above that, the best discount you're going to get off them is 25%. It's an exclusive with Day Trade with Tony that you're getting 35%. Okay? So the morning gap scanner is so I'll come back to that right now. So this is my morning gap scanner. Okay? It's the session. So if I'm looking at based on the movers based on the session, on the session is my gap scanner. The movers based over the last 5 minutes is my momentum scanner. Okay, so that's answers that question. So do I always make entries using 1 minute chart, Robert Peterson? No. So I'm trading the 1 minute chart for micro entries, for better entries. However, I'm looking for setups on the 2 and 5 minute charts as well. So I'm looking for confirmation and setups on the 2 and 5 minute as well as the 1 minute. When it's highly volatile, 1 minute's quite good. So I would say first 30 to 60 minutes after the bell, the 1 minute's great. But after that, you really want to be looking at the higher time. After a move's gone, you've had like 2 pullbacks and then maybe you're on the 3rd pullback. You really want to be looking for confirmation on the higher time frames. So don't just look at a single. If you're trading one time frame, you're missing out on so much information. Just look at. That's why I have multiple. And I'll show you the. I'll show you the setup in a second. I'll turn the camera around so you can all see you can all see the setup in a second. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So what else can you do with Benzinga? So what else can you do with Benzinga? So I've told you about the news. I've told you about you can build your own watch list. So if you do this, I've not put it in the workspace here right now. So you can build your own watch list. So all you need to do is you just, let's say, there we go, Bioset. I might put that on my watch list. So Apple, for example, create a watch list. So Bioset, that's now on my watch list. What else? Hardcore, that's now on my watch list. So I can build a watch list in Benzinga, and it will tell, and you can sort this out for whatever it is, and do that whatever way. So that's building a watch list. What else? I'll get rid of that so you can actually see. So this one here is the gap scale. This is how I've got it set out. So I can't remember how I broke it out from this line here, but I did. Signals, I've shown you that. Movers, beta scanner, I've just shown you that. Oh yeah, charting. So if you want to have a charting, maybe you don't really want to be doing trader view and trading view and your charting, your trading platform and Benzinga. So use trader view charts in Benzinga. There you go. So I can quite quickly look at hardcore on the daily, on the 5 minute in Benzinga, and it shows me in trade, the trading view charts in Benzinga. I can even do the doodles. I can. There you go. So whatever you've got in Benzinga, you can do it with Pitchfork, and you're going to do all that kind of stuff. So you know it's all there in Benzinga, right there in the tool itself. Now you can pop that out, or you can do whatever you want to do with it. So you don't have to subscribe to TradingView if you've got Benzinga at the same time. What I would suggest, if you want to have multiple charts up on the one page, on the one workstation, that's what TradingView is great for. You can have comparative charts. But yeah, so that's that one. What else is down here? Insiders. So insiders. Well, essentially this does. I'll come to the calendar in a second, which is very powerful. What essentially this is, depending on what stock you want to look at, it tells you who's buying and from where and from what. Who's buying the insider, so like the CEO, CFO, you know, sales director, whatever, who they are, how much they own, when they bought, how much they bought, what price they bought at. This is really important information if you're looking at a stock, particularly if you're looking at investing in a stock longer term. So this is great fundamental information, it really is. I get rid of that. What else? So research. I don't use this much myself, but again, it's another good tool. It's in beta at the moment. And it's in beta at the moment, so it's not working. But then we look at something like Cobar, for example. This is what's great is I open the details for Cobar here, and it does it in the workstation. Or I can just pop that out, pop it out, and get rid of that. I'll get rid of that in a second. So just widen this. So this is a quick summary of Cobar, so CWBR. Right now, I've got the chart there. I've got the news of what's going on. I've got the current session volume, what it opened at, what the previous close was, bid and ask in real time. I've got moving averages, what the range on the day is, 52-week range, what the float size is, short, how short it is percentage-wise, and what the short float it is, what industry they're in, basic kind of company and industry, market cap, etc. You scroll down, it tells you a little bit summary of the company as well there. It tells you what they're doing, why it's moving up, what's the news. In this particular one, it's actually merging with another company, so that's why that's moving up. You can even look at the SEC filings. So in the app, so for example, okay, it's got a form 425. Okay, well, let's have a look at that, shall we? There's the actual form itself, direct from Edgar. So you can actually see the 425 in real term, as it is. So the SEC filing right there. You've got Form 10 for, you know, and etc. going all the way down. So you can quickly check by clicking on the SEC filings, is there an active shelf registration, which is very important with these micro floats, these low float, low cap stocks. Very important to find out, is there an active shelf registration? I don't want to get caught in a secondary or shelf registration. I don't want to get caught in an offering and the flush when it goes to market. So you can quickly check all that. All of this is relevant. So again, you can look at the news on this particular ticker. You can look at the calendar. When did they have earnings? I'll come to the calendar in a moment. So the calendar widget. This is just on this particular ticker. You can check out the financials. You've got a summary of the actual balance sheet here. So it's great if you're value investing. Of course, one of the first things you go and look at is the balance sheet. Key data. So float size, what kind of dividends they're doing, balance sheet, etc. Who are they competing against? So what's great about this is if you get a mover, you get a stock that's moving, you look at it, and then you look at the peers, and then you go and check out the peers. So for example, this one's moving. So let's go and check out some of these peers. Why are they moving? Are they moving in sympathy? So if you get a really big move, like we had Top Finance a couple of weeks ago, and we checked the peers, and they're moving in sympathy with it. So you can get a lot of that. So this is great. This is just summary of the actual chart. It's the stock itself. It's absolutely fantastic, guys. Okay, I'll get rid of that now. What else? Calendar. So I use this particularly for earnings. So right now it's by default it's set to earnings. So this is the calendar, and I'll just click on the time frame. So I saw what came out before market. Okay, we've got board drilling and all this kind of stuff. What's coming out this evening? Who's got earnings this evening? So after hours, New Relic, yeah, maybe. Anybody else? Agilent, maybe. Where are they at the moment? 129. That could be interesting. Intuit, that probably will move at some stage after hours when they drop their earnings. For me, if I was going to be trading earnings, it would probably be New Relic I'd look at. It's a decent price. It'll be a liquid stock on earnings, and it will be relatively easy to trade after hours. So that's the calendar. But it doesn't just show you earnings. What else does it show you? Well, you can have a look at IPOs. Any IPOs today? No IPOs today. So let's just change the settings, and we'll look at from between today and Friday. Any IPOs? Well, actually, yes, we've got, what date is it today? The 23rd. So on Thursday, we've got 2 IPOs. And on Friday, we've got 2 IPOs, and on Thursday, 1. So it tells you who the company is and who's actually bringing it to market, which exchange. So that's IPOs. You can, let's go back to today. We've got, okay, well, is there any macro catalysts looking at affecting the market today? Oh, yes, possibly there is. Let's look at, I'm only really interested in the US markets because the US exchange, but you might want to be looking at other things, New Zealand, UK, Germany, India, wherever you're based. So here, not a huge amount of catalysts, but this is where I would go and I'd find out, okay, is there anybody from the Fed in a conference or talking or press conferences and stuff? And you can see here, Fed's Logan is going to be was speaking earlier. We've got Fed's Waller is talking in about 10 minutes. 15 minutes. So then you may see some fluctuations when that's happening. You've got the FOMC meeting minutes comes out at 2 p.m. So that's you may see some fluctuation on the markets as a result of that. But CPI data, PPI data, jobless claims, anything that can be macroeconomic data. Yeah, this is what you would where you would come in and find all that out. Okay, guys. So that's my Benzinga. I hope that is enough for you. If you don't, reach out to me directly. I'm happy to engage directly, answer questions and stuff. My email is tony@hustle-with-tony.com. Just reach out to me directly, guys. No problem at all engaging with any of you. Okay, so let's look back at the chat and okay. On the ocean trade at 11:02, it went below the 9 EMA substantially, along with the marked decrease in volume. What made you decide to stay in the trade? Okay, so let's go back to Ocean Bio, and we'll discuss that trade. Okay, so 11 here. So so 1102. So that's not that one. So hit 11, 11, that's 1104, 1101, 1102. That's 1103. So it went below the 9 EMA. Okay. So what made me decide to get in and stay there? Well, I was actually looking at the previous support here, which was where it found previous support, which was kind of 1080, 1082 actually. So when it finally broke below that, it actually did that fairly quickly, and then came back up again. So like, okay, well I'll just hold this a little bit longer, and then it started to make its move back up. Then it came back down. So I thought, okay, it's going to do a kind of double bottom W shape, which is why I added the position there for on that support level that it had previously found. So I bought that support, but then instead of moving back up, ideally, as it broke the 20 EMA, that's where I should have got out. But I didn't. I held it. It was volatile. There was still a lot of trades going through, but it was volatile. Also, another thing is that the bigger volume wicks were all green. All of the bigger volume wicks are all green. So I just felt that this has got some way to go. Now, I thought maybe we'll get back up to 12. We didn't, so I got out for small profit up here. I'm happy enough with that, and it's now sold off. However, I did say the one that does have legs, and I do believe will have legs today, is Upstart. Upstart over 29. I think it we could see kind of 30, 31 today. I don't think Upstart's done, and I don't think Ocean Bio's done either. It's Ocean is still above the VWAP. It's consolidating a little bit. I don't think it's done for the day. I'll be very surprised, but we'll see. That's just me. Okay. It depends. It depends on the price action of the stock. I risked way too much. Let's go back to Ocean for a second. I just want to show you the setup that I was looking at. So I wasn't looking at. So this was why did this pay off for me? I wasn't so much looking at this 1 minute setup here. I was looking at the higher time frame. So this is what I was saying a few minutes ago, is make sure you've got multiple charts set up for your actual trading, so you can actually get multiple indicators. So if I look at the 5 minute time frame on this, just zoom in, we've got this move up, and then all right, we get rejected up here over $12, but then it's a flag setup. It's a nice bull flag setup, but it pulled back a little bit too much. So I was getting a little bit nervous down here. It's continue pulling, but it's a nice, very good bull flag setup. And then when it finally does break, it struggled to get up to 1140, so that's when I got out. But it's a bull flag setup. If I look at it on the 2 minute, which I was also looking at, look at that. Nice. There's a flagpole and there's a flag. It was just a long flag. So the bull flag setup. Now we got faked out here. So I'm thinking this is a nice bullish pattern. It's a bullish setup. It's a parallel channel to the downside. So whilst I'm getting nervous as it's pulling back, I'm actually feeling comfortable that this is going to move back up. I knew it was going to move back up because it's a nice bullish pattern. But what I didn't know was how far it's going to pull back before it moves back up. So I was risking way more than I knew I was going to get. So that's. If you're comfortable with this, it depends on your appetite for risk, but you look at the patterns on multiple time frames, and if they're bullish on multiple time frames, the higher the time frame, the more reliable the pattern tends to be. So if you look at that on the 5 minute, for example, it's a classic bull flag setup right there. So you know full well, on most cases, that's going to break out. Now when we got the fake out, we'll go back to this on the 2 minute, you'll see fake out. Same on the 1 minute. Fake out on this move up. But you look at it on the 5 minute, it's actually not. it reaches the same highs as it had here on the previous 5-minute candle before getting rejected. We didn't actually break out. It was trading to the 5-minute chart. So I was looking at the 5-minute chart, and like I said, I was getting a bit nervous as it was pulling back, but I did feel like it was going to move back up, and it did. So it doesn't always pay off, but like my record speaks for itself. Yeah, go review it, watch it on YouTube. I'll be doing a trade recap later. I need to take the dog for a walk, so I'm gonna wrap up the stream now, guys. I'll be back at it again tomorrow. Come join me then, an hour before the market opens, and we'll do it all again. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. She heard me wrap it up again. As soon as I say tomorrow, she's like, it's time to go for a walk. So I'll go and get a Mr. Whippy, I think, and treat myself. Take it easy, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the session, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. Take care.